Alrighty guys, welcome to another new tutorial today, or well, let's say walkthrough, where I want to show you how to make like Devin Wild kick or something like that, more or less. So I'm saying more or less because I actually use this kick which I created myself. I use it for the Hard Sonics project, and just wanted to show you how I created it, and that I actually used Devin Wild kick style in order to kind of get an idea of what my kick should sound like. And it's, well, the idea of it should be quite similar. So this is the first project. We'll switch over to another one where I kind of re-edited the kick because I wasn't satisfied with that one. But this one is the important one if you want to understand how to create such kind of punch or attack. All right, so let's get started. I'll just explain everything and show you everything. Let me switch off the input now, as we can hear it. It doesn't sound nice. There's some left, I guess. Okay, now then it will be fine. All right, so this is the Devin Wild kick, actually. Okay, now let's. Oh yeah, that's. I don't know why that. Ah, there it is. I'm sorry, guys. We have to switch it off. No. All right. So this is the original Devin Wild kick. It's not clean. It's just there's just some screech going on. No, not a screech, but a lead. And I'm sorry, I'm having a beer and good German beer. So this is basically the sound of the kick. And as you can see, the very first and important thing is the attack part. So I always call the whole part which contains the talk and the punch and the character of the punch, I always call it the attack of the kick, as Headhunters did in his video about kicks. So I do it like this because for me it's the most logical thing, you know. The kick consists of an attack and a tail. The punch actually kind of is this without the talk. The talk is this tiny sound. So that would be the talk for me, and that would be the punch for me, and that would be the complete attack for me. Okay. So just get used to these, to this kind of to these terms, how I use them. Okay, the first thing I actually did was quite easy. So I took talk here. This is just a dubstep snare from the Vengeance sample pack, which I pitched up at 17 semitones. And the nice thing about Ableton Live is that it kind of, as you'll see it here, it changes the length by pitching, so it doesn't kind of time stretch, and that's the nice thing about it. So you should try to get to find a possibility to not time stretch, but pitch your samples. That can have really cool effects, as well as like in kicks, punch, if you want to pitch the punch of some extra raw kick or something. Okay, so I pitched that up and that's it. I didn't do anything. Well, I put the saturator on it, but it actually doesn't do anything. It's just kind of working like a limiter here. All right. This is actually, okay, let's move over to the punch character. This is the character of the punch. So it's very simple. I just created a very steep peak here at 30 decibels with the Fab Filter Pro Q, and I just put it somewhere there, and this is just directly going into the isotope trash, without any effect, just distorting as hell. So bring these up on both stages. I always do it like this. I never change this preset. It's always the same, so just do it like this and then you will be fine. The next thing is an automation, a gain automation, so I'm kind of switching it on and off. As you can see, actually it doesn't do anything. I guess it was something like this before, but let's not change that now. And another EQ where I cut off the low end, which is quite strong. So clicking on the headphones button, you will hear the stuff you are cutting off. So you want a clean kick, so that's why you should cut it off. Alrighty. So that's the part with the character. This is going to the punch channel, the main punch. And on this channel or group, I have the sub punch, which is just some bass drum, you know, from some sample pack, just easy, simple bass drum, which I kind of just edited to get it a bit shorter. So you can actually use a sine wave and pitch that too. You can do like, yeah. This I call hiss. It's just high end. It's a crash, which I layered to it, and I layered reverb, which is actually the complete wet reverb recorded from the character of the punch. So just put reverb here behind all the effects, record it or render it or whatever, and drag the sample of the reverb, the complete wet reverb, to a new channel and put it on, and then you will just cut off the low end, and then you kind of have the reverb of the punch, and that will add stereo and movement to your punch. This actually just gives it brilliance. Not even that much, but just body. The sub punch is very important here, as you can hear. The attack of the kick is it kind of consists of the sub punch mostly, because if you see the sample here, it's really thick. You see there, you can see that the sub punch is very loud, and the character actually is not that loud, and it's actually very similar in this kick, you know. Even it's not as loud as in mine, but you can see that it's quite similar. The shape looks more or less similar, and that's why I put it like this. Okay, actually you want to hear the whole kick. I'm sorry I didn't show you. So this is the kick. The second project will be the final version, so this is not the final version. That's what it sounds like now. Okay, so let's move over to the tail. The tail consists of the high end, which is just my 909, which I always use, the distorted 909, with some low cut and erosion. So for me, in Ableton Live, this is the best plugin forever. It's just great. It kind of adds white noise, but putting it through some strange algorithms that I don't know, and it kind of gives the tone, the sounds you're applying this to, high end or body or low end or whatever you want, just adding white noise, and that can sound really cool and can kind of create the typical noise and trashy sound that you want to have in your kick, you know. So that's something people always like, oh fuck, how can I get the trash, how can I get the hiss, how can I get the crunch in my kick? And this plugin is just a present. It's just a very nice plugin to get this, you know, very easily. Okay, but what you can do is just add white noise, you know, add white noise to your 909 on a new channel, and send the white noise and your 909 to another channel, and on that channel you put distortion and really distort that as fuck, you know, and then you will get the same effect. You just play around with an equalizer, with a bell-shaped equalizer, and then just move in between the white noise to find the right spots, you know. So you do exactly the same like here. You just search the right resonance in your white noise and drive this resonance into the distortion where you're also sending your distorted 909 signal. Okay, another thing I did here, I just added, okay, let's firstly talk about the low end, which is this one. It's just, I don't know exactly what this is. It's just distorted as fuck. Yes, always the same. Now it shows the little popper here. I don't know why. I just liked it probably. High cut, just to have it low end. Another distortion with effect here in this case. Another high cut. In this case, I actually like the high end a bit, so that's why I decided to use it. A saturator that makes it kind of more, well, square shaped. You can see that the tail is kind of quite squarey already. And an automation, which just, a gain automation, which will just, yeah, fade in the low end. This is the reverse distorted 909. It's just to create some kind of crunch at the end and make the kick like sliding into the next one better. The same I did with the reversed punch. So I just took the punch, reversed it, and put a low cut, and you just kind of get a. It's a very. It's not loud, you know. Okay, that's it. That's the first part of the kick. So now let's go to the second. No, I'm not signed to them. Yeah, but I'm kind of trying to create something that I would send to them. Okay, this is the next project. So we imported the kick and we put it here and made it better. So you see that there is some different stuff now. So the oops, there's I can hear some crazy noise from my compressor. Okay, so you see yeah, I just send it through the compressor. I have an analog device here. So the first thing I did here was, actually I didn't do a lot. So you can actually see that it's the same kick. This is the kick before and this is the kick after. What I did in this one, I just created another reverb channel. So I just recorded new reverb, I think from the punch. From this one, I just recorded it and then just layered it on the tail. I created a group. I didn't even name them. I created a group and I layered because I wanted the kick to be more. Oh, what's that? I wanted the kick to be more. You know, like I call it, this is the German word. I don't even know what's that in English, but you want it like sounding stronger and fatter, you know. And compared to this one. You know what I'm talking about. And to get it fat and strong, I do a very nice thing. So you just layer a sine wave to it. It's just an octave, you know, it's an octave plus, and you just layer it, and you'll see it affects the tail a lot. So now this is the octave. Kind of gets more, don't know, it sounds like thicker. And this is another octave, so it's 2 octaves. And all these, I just gave some white noise again, and I pushed it through a saturator and another saturator. In this case, it's the Fab Filter Saturn Big Bass Beat. I don't know why I chose it, but I liked it, obviously. Then it's just going through a limiter, which doesn't do anything. Yeah, this will just go to the main group of the kick. On the main group, okay, let's put it in the main kick. So on the main kick channel, there's just an EQ, you know. I do that just, you know, that doesn't have to be an EQ. I just do it because, okay, I think I do want to do it. I want to have it more brilliant. I want to get rid of the mud, which is usually in between this area, between 200 and 400 hertz. So you can just cut 2 dB or something to get the kick cleaner. And that's what you get then. And this is the original one. So I think this one is another sample. So don't know, it doesn't sound exactly the same, which I didn't even want, but I think this is the closest thing I could kind of create, and I guess this kick can be a nice example for you. So you see all the gain here. You can just copy it more or less if you want to know how loud everything was. Yeah, you could just see it, post the video and check it out. Yeah, and the most important thing actually is about this type of kick, that you get it very snappy and really sounding like Devin Wild kick or something, is this shape, you know. Get a very strong and thick tuck and a punch which really has lots of low end in it, you know. That's the actual idea, and you should kind of make it fading so that it really the punch really kind of becomes the tail, you know. So the same is here. You can see that it really looks like this. Yeah, this is now the wave shape now is square, but yeah, don't try to make it a square, because the square derives from the mastering, you know. If you push this now hard to the limiter or to saturation or something, this will become a square anyway. So don't make your kick, don't make them like a square already, because you will lose information if you later on push this to another limiter in the mastering, and you will lose information. You will lose the character of the tail or something, you know. So better keep the character, not pushing it to the square, and push it to the square later. Okay, so one key is layering sine waves. Yeah, this is a sine wave, I think, from the virus, but it doesn't matter. You can just use silent1 to create it. And yeah, it's just sine wave 2 octaves, layer to the tail. Sometimes you can get nice nice sounds, and also move them around, you know. Just play with them and push them there and there, and just try. You will see that the phase shifting can do a lot of changings in the kick and in the tail, which is very nice. And yeah, that's it. That's it. It's nothing special actually. Yeah. Okay, so see you next time.